Hello there. In this very short commentary, I'd like to demonstrate some key features that are best viewed not from presentation mode but from this view in PowerPoint. So first of all, you will see clearly the cover page and the end page. Here's the outline. Here's the body of the presentation. There's a clear look across the pages. So even as we shift from one slide to the other, you know that the slides are related. The other thing, there are three topics here. So topic number one is connectivity. So you will notice that this sign is a label, not the headline, it's a label on this slide. The second one, the three shifts are again used as labels on this slide number 2. And then the third one, local application, it's used as a label once we shift to the local example. So the local example is this, okay? So there's a label for that. The other thing that is very clear in this view of PowerPoint is that I created 4 different slides so that it's a build from this slide, adding another picture and another text and another picture until the entire slide is completed. This is an example of creating a build effect so that you only show what you are mentioning at this point. So this 4 slides is a build effect done in PowerPoint. Here, there's another set of builds. So because I wanted to show the text and the image at the same time, it's easier to start with the entire thing and then remove each synced text and picture as you go back through the slides. So the effect of this is if we'll see this, we'll see that. Okay, so the build effect is this one. Okay, so for the one I showed you later, again, you would want the text and the accompanying picture to appear at the same time. Okay, and you can achieve that by splitting one slide into 4 different ones, and again using that build effect. Okay, so one of the most difficult things that students find is distinguishing between the label and the headline. So you can imagine that the headline is the topic sentence. It's a complete idea as you go from one slide to the other. Okay, so they are usually complete ideas as opposed to just mere labels or titles, which I use again to guide the viewer as to what part of the presentation is. And that can be again a title, a description, but it's not a complete idea. So that's the most difficult thing that students find. They always put titles or labels rather than searching for a complete idea, which they have to put on the headline, and this should be bigger in size and bolder in font than a label or title. We're now looking at the 2020 edition of COSLA, which I used to give out as template and example to students. So that was just a year ago, but I realized that I needed to create a higher standard because now looking back, there are several portions here which can be improved, and because they do not really follow the story selling guidelines. Okay, so what are those? So here in slide number 5, it's clear that there's no caption to accompany the picture. So this is subject to the interpretation of the viewer as to what it wants to convey. A second one for the outline is the balance of the page. Okay, it's not so nice. It's somehow skewed to the bottom, so it's not really balanced, not really nice to look at. I also noticed that several slides had too many text. It exceeded the 7 by 7. So if you will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and even with the build effect, this wouldn't look nice. This is another example of having too many words and too many lines. This can easily be split into more slides to conform to that guideline. Okay, so again, a lot of slides which have looked cluttered because there are too many text. What else? So basically, that's the 2020 format. I encourage my students to use this because a white background is clear. It's easy to put font, pictures, and text. It's easy to change the template so that you can reflect the your own website address and your own logo. It's much harder on the blue template which I use for the 2021 editions. So, but this is simpler, and again, this has the mandatory elements of the cover page, the outline, the end page. Okay, so I just needed to apply what I've been requiring the class to do, which is especially the 7 by 7 and the 7 words and 7 words per line, and captioning all pictures with text so nothing is left to chance. So now, before I show you the actual look when we do the slideshow, is the series of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I achieved the build effect by showing the picture element and the text together. They appear together when um, using animation. So we'll see that in a bit. So again, this is how it will look. So one slide now linked in would appear with this mention of the text together, and then the next, and then the next. But when we reach this stage, everything looks cluttered already because of too many words and too many text and too many lines.